Hi everybody, this is Sarah from Serenity. Today we're going to look at the rabbit's forecast for 2021. The rabbit is also known as the hare or the cat. This year is going to be a really interesting one for you, dear rabbit. But before I get too far into this, let me say that this is my take on the astrology, and because of that, it may not resonate with everyone. And that's okay. If it doesn't resonate with you, no worries, just pass it on by, and I do hope you find what you're looking for. This is going to be a year where you're going to have to be steadfast and committed to your project. Some people are calling this the year of hard work. And I'm going to include some slides in this video discussing the best dates, colors, stones, chakras you need to work on, etc. And right now I'm going to put up the dates for the year of the rabbit as well. There is so much information to cover. I'm not going to dwell too much on traits of rabbits. Instead, we're just going to break down the year. I will be talking about your health, your career, your wealth, love, and of course, travel for 2021, the year of the ox. And if you'd like to get a general overview of how the ox energy will affect everyone in 2021, I have an overview video here. I'll put it up here and I'll link it in the description box below. This is a year where you're going to focus more on yourself and healing deeper issues. You're going to be working on healing issues related to the last 3 chakras, and you're going to really have to decide what you want this year. Health-wise, rabbit, it's time to really get serious about your health. If you're still smoking, it's time to quit. If you're overindulging in anything, whether that is food, alcohol, gambling, whatever it may be, it's time to get back in balance. You can't continue on like you are. 2020, I know, was a game changer for so many people. The year of the rat really upset the apple cart for rabbits, because not so much that it hurt your home life, because it didn't, but it changed how you really thought about the world and your place in the world. So you're still kind of reeling from that as we begin the new year. And all the changes have left you feeling very overwhelmed. You're feeling insecure. You don't really know when things are going to get back to normal, but you're ready. You're ready for things to be what they were before. So looking at your health forecast for 2021, your health is totally up to you. If you commit to it, commit to taking care of yourself, then things should flow and be fine. If you disregard and ignore your body and ignore your health, you're going to pay the consequences. So it's time to commit to exercise and eating right and stop ignoring your health. The nose, throat, and lungs are organs you're going to need to really monitor in 2021. You will learn the impact of stress on your life as well. August and September will be very busy, and because of that, you will end up probably very stressed with not only your social life, but also things happening at work. So it's very important that you begin this year with an idea of how you're going to handle this extended stress. And one suggestion is that you put yourself on a schedule for exercise. Meditation would be good as well, and anything you can do to calm and soothe yourself in a productive way. So instead of vegging out in front of the television or spending hour after hour scrolling through Facebook, is reading a better option? Is listening to music a better option? Things like that. Really think about that as the year begins, because at first it seems like we're kind of plodding along and nothing is changing. And then all of a sudden everything is going to speed up for you. August and September, like I say, will be very stressful. You will want to watch your health in November. It's because of all the overwork and stress, and you'll be more likely to have respiratory problems at the end of 2022 if you haven't taken care of yourself. This is not anything new or anything that you weren't aware of. You know that you function better when you eat right, when you get a good night's sleep, and when you do take care of your body. It's just going to be putting those things into action, and that's the foundation of change that you're actually waiting for. So this is a big deal. Don't overlook it, okay? Other than that, your health looks pretty good for the year, which takes us now to your career. And honestly, I could do an entire video on Rabbit's career and love life, so just letting you know. I also do monthly forecast, so be sure and subscribe if you haven't already. You don't want to miss any of the upcoming videos. Your career has been really interesting the last 5 years. It's been, should you change? your profession? Should you go back to school? Should you stay where you're at? Should you move house for a better job offer? It's been a lot of chaos in trying to understand what is the right thing to do. And you don't feel like you've reached that right spot yet as we begin the year. So this will be the year where you plan, set goals, and then stick to them for success. It's time to really make up your mind. If you could do anything, anywhere, what would it be? Don't use logic. Don't look at it with, finances in mind. What would make you happy? What would make you satisfied? What would be the thing you would most like to do? And then start building to where you can make that happen. This is the year you lay the foundation. You're advised to quietly, in the background, start putting these plans in motion. And the reason I say it that way is this is not a year to share your business with other people either. You're going to have to really watch it because there's going to be some new folks coming into your life who are going to be very opinionated and being somewhat like a bully as well in trying to tell you what they think you should be doing or how you should be doing it. So it's not the best time to really put your cards out on the table. What you do this year sets the tone for the next 5 years with your career. So it's really important that you move forward with that. And the lunar month of February, your career will take a big turn for the better. And this will give you also some needed incentive to decide what it is that you want to do. And if you're looking for work in 2021, don't stress. There will be jobs. That being said, they may not pay as much as you would like. Use the jobs that are offered as a bridge until you find something better. In other words, just because you have to take a job that maybe you're not really liking that much, it doesn't mean you're going to be there for the next 10 years. It just means it's something to tide you over till you can get the job that you really want. This is also a very good year for you to take classes, expand your knowledge through training and diligence. But to do that, you have to really get laser focused on what you want to do. You like to learn and you like so many different things that it can be overpowering sometimes trying to decide and lock in just one. And I totally understand that. But strategy is key in your career right now. Pick one thing and then put all your effort into it, and you will see that things will shift dramatically. The lunar month of August will be super busy for you, both socially and because you're stressed and tired for all the work you're doing. The thing is, you're not going to have much downtime. You're going to want to socialize. You're going to want to, try and get in as much work done as you can because you do have deadlines coming up. So watch your stress levels and stay the course in August. September, don't rush just because you're tired. If you do, mistakes are likely and you will pay for them in November. So be diligent, yes. Be steadfast, yes, but also be realistic. How much work can you really do? And should you be working all day and partying all night? Probably not. So really think about that as well. This is not going to be the year where your career takes off. No, but you will definitely see improvements in your career once you decide what you want to do. And then after you make the decision, it may be taking a job that's not your favorite, but it will get you through while you go to school or while you get into a training program. So that brings us to money. This is a year to focus on the daily budget rather than your 2021 annual budget. So we're not really looking at big purchases until the end of the year. For yin wood rabbits, the metal of 2021 puts you in a submissive role. So limit risk taking or investing in 2021. And that's really across the board for rabbits as well. Really be aware of what you're putting your money in. Don't just invest because other people are investing, and also watch how much you spend daily. If you will start tracking that, then you'll understand how the money is coming in, yes, but it's also flowing right out the door as fast as it is. If you're unsure as to what you should do investment-wise, whether you should invest some money or whether you should pull your investments out, seek counsel from a trusted advisor rather than a broker who stands to make money off your investments. Save and plan for the future and skip the big purchases if at all possible until the end of the year. December looks like you're going to be making major purchases and spending freely. It's wise to start saving now because you're going to need the money in December. So really budget yourself and start preparing. Overall, the stress in August and September will work with the money flow though. The money will start coming in October as well. So yeah, June, July, August, busy, stressed, work, not feeling it really. All you're doing, it seems like, is just working, but your social life is starting to open up. So you're going to probably be stressed out and be grumpy because of that, because you want to go out and you want to do things, but you really can't because you've committed to these projects or this job. But that's okay. It's going to start paying off, and then you'll see a big shift in your finances in October, which is great because in December you're going to start really spending. So save every penny for that big December splurge. And that brings us to love. Lots happening in your love sector. This will be an intense year for you. The ox energy is really not favorable for staying in long-lasting relationships purely for sentimental reasons. So first, let's look at single rabbits, and then we'll talk more about this theme with partnered rabbits. Single rabbits may feel isolated and have less luck than normal with dating or relationship, but this should not prevent you from dating or meeting new people. So while it may not seem like your luck is flowing like it normally does, it's okay. It's all right. You're not probably going to get a love match this year. You can still go out, you can still have fun, and you can still meet new people. You will have adventures and meet some people who will probably end up being lifelong friends. It's definitely worth it to get out there, okay? But there is one disclaimer with this. You could also end up meeting someone who seems very charming on the surface, but has ill intentions towards you. You'll probably know them because they have a very slick way of speaking. This person could seem to be too good to be true, full of compliments, very much putting on a show for you. So keep your wits about you and don't fall for the flattery or excessive compliments. Look instead towards the person who is steady and steadfast, polite, but not that engaging. That's probably someone you would benefit from having in your life rather than this flashy person who is full of flattery and no substance. If you do decide to start a relationship with this flashy, flirtatious person, it's likely you're going to end up regretting a life-changing relationship. So just keep that in mind. It's not a good year, though, to get into big life-changing relationships on any level. This is a year to work on you, not to step out there romantically. So that brings us to partnered rabbits. As I said in the beginning, sentimental relationships. So if you're staying in a relationship because you have a shared background or because you've been together for so long, that will probably not be enough to keep the relationship afloat. So you're going to need more than just time spent together. You're going to have to work on communication. And this is especially true if the relationship has really been sinking the last several years. And for a lot of rabbits, this is the reality. Things from the past are ending as you begin a new chapter of your life. And even though you probably don't want these relationships to end, it's kind of out of your control. If the relationship has been the anchor or the structure that you needed in your life, then definitely put your all into working on the relationship this year. 2021 is also not a good year to have children unless your partner was born in the year of the goat or the sheep. If you're already pregnant, it'll be okay. The relationship between a rabbit parent and an ox child isn't necessarily a bad relationship, especially if we look at the long term. With an ox, their way of looking at life doesn't actually resonate with how a rabbit sees themselves in the world. So while the rabbit can be proud that the ox is very dedicated and will follow through on projects, it's really hard for them to come together and communicate, especially when the child is, say, from 8 to about 18. During that time, it's going to be very difficult because it's like you're speaking two different languages. But the good news is, as the child grows up and becomes an adult, there will be a whole new level of communication and they will come together and very much celebrate each other. So being a rabbit parent will get better with age, but it'll be trying for a while as the child grows. It will be trying. In the lunar month of May, rabbits need to stay focused and refuse the advances of others. In other words, I'm trying to politely say that you're probably going to be tempted to have an affair, or maybe someone is going to come along and kind of sweep you off your feet. And if there are problems with the current relationship or partnership, then it's likely that you're going to follow through on this. You'll probably end up regretting this because nosy people will find out, and then it will come out, and that could cause a whole big series of drama and big series of problems in your relationship. If you're ready to end the relationship, then end it. Don't wait for the next person to come, because that's just, like I say, another layer of drama. It's not the best year for your romantic relationships, but things are improving. By the end of the year, you'll be in a better situation and it will make sense. It's up to you. If you want to keep this relationship afloat, you're going to have to put in some time and some energy. If not, then start packing your bags now, because there's no point in delaying the inevitable. All it's going to do is hurt you and hurt your partner, especially if something happens and someone is unfaithful. So think about that over the course of the next couple of weeks and make a decision. Rabbits have a really tough time with regret. I think probably you regret more things that you don't do than what you actually do accomplish. When you commit to something, you expect it to work out and you expect to stay the course. But unfortunately, it takes two people. While you can become dedicated to this relationship and really work on it, your partner has to meet you halfway. And that hasn't been happening over the course of the last several years for most rabbits out there. Not all of you guys, but most of you. Most of you have been circling back to the same problems because they haven't fixed themselves and you haven't been able to reach an accord with your partner. If you don't see these things changing, you've got, only two options. Either you let them go and just face facts that this behavior isn't going to change, or you do something else. And that's probably not what you wanted to hear, but that's what the energy is basically telling us. Things are changing, and it's part of your evolution and part of your growth. So, yeah. And that brings us to travel. Most of the year, dear rabbit natives, you're going to be snug at home. You may want to be out there and doing things, but it's just not practical. There will be a few trips, but they're going to be small, and they're going to feed your sense of adventure, yes, but they're also going to leave you wanting to do more things. It's just not going to be practical. Although, if you can get away for a weekend or maybe an extended holiday, fresh air, nature trips, and also weekend retreats are favored over bigger, long-lasting city vacations. Towards the second half of the year, it's going to be more likely that you do end up going to retreats. You do end up getting a chance to get out more. You probably will not take your family with you. It'll probably be solo trips, because most of the year, though, you're going to be focusing on you. And this can be a little bit challenging because sometimes you feel like, you are the person that is holding your family together. So focusing on you almost seems counterintuitive, but if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to handle everything else for everyone else. So it's really important that you work on self-care. The travel situation, it's not going to be your best year for travel. No, definitely not. I don't see any large trips. If there's anything that you're planning, I would say wait until late December or into even mid 2022. At this point, everything is still pretty much locked down for a lot of people, partly because of the pandemic and also partly because of economics. If you can, continue to save and plan for those trips, they will happen. They just probably won't happen in the year of the ox. This year is more about being steadfast, working on yourself, and looking at the bigger picture of what you really want to accomplish. The most favorable month for you would be March 2021, the month of the rabbit. Month of the dog, which is October, and pig boar month, which is November, are also very good months for you. So as you can see, kind of a theme there. September is kind of a neutral month. But overall, this isn't a bad year for you. It's not just an exciting, wonderful year by comparison. Yeah, you've had better for sure, but it's not that bad, and especially compared to what 2020 was. You can still enjoy your life. You can still get out there and meet people. You can go on some small adventures. Work is going to flourish. It's not going to be your ideal job, no, but it's just a bridge to get you through this and into something better. Relationship-wise, If it really is what you see yourself doing, then commit to it and give it your all. But no, your partner has to meet you halfway, or else you're not going to be able to salvage the relationship. I would say overall this year scores a 5 of 10. So the big thing to do is remain flexible and adaptable as the energy will move faster the further we get into 2021. It's not going to really feel like 2020, thank goodness, but it's going to require you to become dedicated to what you really want to accomplish. This is not a year where you can just kind of coast through things. I hope you enjoyed this mini reading. If you would like your own personal reading to see how this energy will play out in your life, you can find me at Serenity. I'll put my information up here and of course in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. See you soon for the next video. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.